Hello everyone! Last week, a Chinese game called Black Myth WuKong was released, and it received a lot of praise. In China, it's almost become a celebration. Every gaming enthusiast has started playing this game like crazy. The game's background, characters, and their superpowers are very familiar to every Chinese person, just like how you are familiar to DC and Marvel heroes. That's because the game is based on one of the most influential mythological stories in China, Journey to the West. So today I want to talk about the mythological background of this game. Who is Sun Wukong? What are his superpowers? What's the background of the final boss? What are his superpowers? What's the deal with all those monster 妖怪 along the way? What's the relationship between their factions? I believe that after watching this video, you will appreciate the charm and fun of Chinese mythology even more when playing this game. The battles between them will also give you a deeper sense of story and fate. In Chinese mythology, the world is divided into 7 realms. The divine realm, 神界, the immortal realm, 仙界, the Buddhist realm, 佛界, the human realm, 人界, the demon realm, 魔界, the underworld, 冥界, and the monster realm, 妖界. Originally, there were only 6 realms, but when Buddhism was introduced to China, the Buddhist realm was added. It's said that at the beginning of the world, Pangu used an axe to split the heaven and the earth, and Nuwa with a snake's tail and a human body created humans. Everything else in the world was formed under the creation of various gods. These gods became the earliest deities in Chinese mythology, known as the 12 True Gods. Later, some humans gained magical powers and immortal bodies through cultivation or inherited divine powers from these gods, and were appointed positions in the heavenly court to manage the world. The highest authority is the Jade Empire, who is like the empire of the heavens, overseeing the order of the world. He also had an army and generals. Besides the Jade Empire and the generals, there are gods who manage food, marriage, wealth, and even bad luck. There are so many of them. They are all called gods by humans, but their rank, superpowers are not on par with the 12 true gods, not even the Jade Empire. Immortals, 仙人, are similar to gods, but they are humans who gained magical powers and immortality through cultivation and are called immortals, 仙. The difference is that immortals have no official position. They have their own small territories where they cultivate and do whatever they like, such as Sun Wukong's first master, the Patriarch Buddhi. The underworld is made up of ghosts, who are the souls of the dead, and the gods who manage the dead. The Buddhists are people who achieved enlightenment through Buddhist practice, possessing magical powers and immortal bodies, kind of like monks in the immortal realms, but with a much higher status. Generally speaking, gods, immortals, the underworld and the Buddhists are on the same side. They don't represent justice, but rather orthodoxy. Demons, 魔, are fallen beings from the divine and Buddhist realms, as well as pets of the gods who fell from grace. They have powerful magical abilities that can rival the gods. Monsters, 妖怪, are animals, plants, and even rocks that absorbed the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, or cultivated themselves into human form. They also have magical powers. Generally not very powerful, but extremely violent. Some particularly strong ones can match the magic of the demon and god. Most of the bosses in the game are monsters, 妖怪. If you pay close attention, you will notice that their appearance resemble animals, plants, or stones. Demons and monsters usually form one faction and are considered evil. Monsters think about eating humans, cultivating, and become stronger every day. Demons, whenever they have a chance, think about overthrowing the divine realm and ruining the world themselves. To demons, humans are like ants. To monsters, humans are food and cultivation materials. Compared to demons, monsters are more cruel and brutal in their treatment of humans. That's why you can see that the atmosphere in-game is very dark, eerie, and oppressive, which fits perfectly with the cruelty of the monster's world. Lastly, the human realm, which is the most tragic. Humans have no powers. It's like they exist only to be killed by demons, eaten by monsters, worship gods, or to be protected by the immortals. Journey to the West tells the story of a monk who was originally a Buddha reincarnated as a human. He becomes a monk named Tang Sanzang and to bring scriptures from the Buddhist realm to alleviate the suffering of humans. He embarked on a journey with Sun Wukong, who was a monster but tamed by divine realm, as well as Zhu Bajie and Sha Wujing. They go through 81 ordeals and defeat many demons and monsters and finally succeed, being conferred the title of Buddha. The most beloved character is Sun Wukong. He was born from a magical stone left by Nuwa after she patched the sky. This stone absorbs the essence of heaven and earth on Huaguo Mountain. By birth, Sun Wukong is a monster. Later, to gain an immortal body, he studied magic under the patriarch Buddhi, who is an immortal with very strong magic but no official position and enjoy teaching. Sun Wukong learned several superpowers from him. The first is 72 transformations, 72变. Sun Wukong can transform into any object in the world. Animals like bird, tiger, plants like tree, grass, or even lifeless objects like house and stone. So when you see the protagonist in the game using transformation, it comes from this ability. The second is 身外化身, like clone. He can use his hair to create clones that look just like him, similar to the shadow clone in the Naruto, but in greater numbers and stronger in power. The third is the heavenly size, 法天象地, which appears in the final stage of the game where he fights the 4 heavenly kings and 二郎神. This superpower allows him to grow into a giant, described in the book as a body of 10,000 feet tall, a head like a mountain Tai, a waist like a mountain ridge, eyes like lightning, and a mouth like a bloody pool with teeth like a sword. Besides this, he has other superpowers, such as the somersault cloud, 筋斗云, for flying, the immobilizing, that can make people unable to move, and the destructible body, making him almost immune to any damage. His weapon is a staff taken from the Dragon Palace of East Sea, called 金箍棒, which can grow and shrink at will. Sun Wukong usually keeps it small, hiding it in his ear. So in the game you will see him pull his weapon out of his ear. After learning these superpowers, Sun Wukong returned to Huaguo Mountain. At the age of 342, he was captured by the underworld and treated as dead. In a fit of rage, he destroyed the underworld. The king of the underworld then went to the heavenly court to file a complaint. Then the heavenly court recruited Sun Wukong, but after he took up a position in the heavenly court, he caused all sorts of trouble, eventually angering the Jade Empire, who sent 100,000 heavenly soldiers and generals to capture him. This scene is somewhat similar to the opening cutscene of the game, where Erlangshen, 4 heavenly kings, and the soldiers surround Huaguo Mountain. After a series of battles, Erlangshen eventually captures Sun Wukong. But after being taken back to the heavenly court, they found that they couldn't kill Sun Wukong, and he even escaped. In a fury, Sun Wukong destroyed the heavenly court. The Jade Empire, at his wit's end, called upon the Lord of the Buddhist realm to suppress Sun Wukong on the Five-Finger Mountain for 500 years until Tang Senzang appeared and rescued him. As I mentioned earlier, the gods and the Buddhists don't represent justice, only orthodoxy. Sun Wukong's rebellion against the heavenly court shows the spirit of defying a powerful orthodoxy on his own, making him a true bad boy. And who doesn't like bad boy, right? However, later on, Sun Wukong was tamed by Tang Senzang with the Jingu on his head, and gradually became part of the establishment, eventually returning to orthodoxy as a reformed character. Along with Zhu Bajie and Sha Wujing, they protected Tang Senzang on his journey to retrieve the scriptures. By the way, Zhu Bajie is that little pig with the rake in the game. Once a fallen general of the gods, now a lazy, cowardly character with a bit of power. Together, they defeated countless monsters along the way. These monsters include the ones you are familiar with from the game, like the black bear, the Jingchi, the yellow brown, and the tiger. Some of these monsters have been cultivation for 1,000 years, like the tiger and the black bear, while others are fallen immortals like the yellow brows and the Kang Jinglong. Okay, now that we've talked about Sun Wukong and those monsters, let's finish with the final bosses, the 4 heaven kings and Erlangshen Yangjian. The 4 heavenly kings are named Mo Li Qing, Mo Li Hong, Mo Li Shou, Mo Li Hai. They are 4 brothers who hold very high positions in the heavenly court, because they are the gods responsible for protecting the peace of the country and ensuring good weather for the crops, essentially serving as guardian deities. Mo Li Qing's weapon is a sword that can summon water, fire, and wind. And it also has a one-hit kill ability. Mo Li Hong's weapon is an umbrella that can absorb treasures. Mo Li Shou's weapon is a pipa, a traditional Chinese string instrument that can summon water, fire, and wind. And it can also cause dizziness to those who hear its music. Mo Li Hai's weapon is a ferret that has very strong poison. Erlangshen Yangjian, the final boss, is the Jade Empire's nephew, and the top warrior in the heavenly court. Yangjian's superpowers are very similar to Sun Wukong's, but it's like an upgraded version. Sun Wukong has 72 transformations, while Yangjian has the same. Sun Wukong can see through everything with his eyes, but Yangjian's third eye on his forehead not only sees through everything's true nature, but can also shoot powerful laser beams. Sun Wukong has an indestructible body, but Yangjian not only has that, but also an immortal soul. Sun Wukong can create many clones with his hair, while Yangjian can create even more clones with beams. Sun Wukong has the Jingu Bang, but Yangjian's weapon is a 3-headed dragon that can also transform. And he also has a divine axe that can split mountains in one hit. Even Sun Wukong's indestructible body can be hurt by it. Sun Wukong has a heavenly size. But Yang Jian can also enlarge himself, turning into a blue-faced, fanned, red-haired giant, just like in the game. In addition, Yang Jian has a dog that is incredibly fast, capable of biting off a dragon's head. So in many ways, Yang Jian is stronger than Sun Wukong. Why did the game choose Yang Jian as the final boss? I think there are two reasons. First, Yang Jian had already captured Sun Wukong once after his rebellion in the Heavenly Court. So maybe the game's creators wanted to give Sun Wukong a chance for revenge. The second, Yang Jian is the only god who is on par with or even slightly stronger than Sun Wukong. This makes their duel not only fair but also exciting and engaging. Alright, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the game and this video. I'm off to play the game myself now. See you next time. Bye bye.